Bodies Podcast, WATP.
Bloody ass. Can I get a little sympathy? Cause I got a bloody ass. I'm bleeding generously. Cause I got a bloody ass. Bloody ass. Love.
Douche of the Dabbleverse coming with the acoustic version of Bloody Ass. We do appreciate that. So John comes on his show yesterday. He got his power back. Thursday night, he gets home. His power is back on. Air conditioning's working. Very exciting. So yesterday he did his show and he starts off. This is exciting. He's wearing a new shirt.
Yeah, baby. You would think everybody knows that, but they don't.
So of course
They don't.
it starts with the nobody messes with the Duke. Everyone knows that. And then he's like, oh, they don't. Because what happened is that more tapes were revealed of the Kate Meanie phone calls on the Uncle Rico show this week. And John is reeling from that. He is none too happy about it.
They don't know it. They're still playing illegally recorded phone calls. Not good. Hey, Scrat. Thank you, Ivy Supersonic, for this wonderful T-shirt. I will wear it in your honor.
So remember, that T-shirt that Ivy Supersonic wanted him to buy from her was $50.
Yeah.
They connected on Facebook and she's like, do you want a shirt? And John goes, sure, I'll take a shirt. She goes, all right, just spend me $50. He goes, I don't need shirts.
I remember.
So now he's wearing a shirt. And the way he says that, wear that in her honor as if she's dead or something.
I know.
Makes me think that maybe he didn't pay for it,
Of course not.
which would be my guess. And then later ClayDabbler comes on and we get a confirmation here.
Oh, that's could you believe, Clay, there are people, including
Oh,
Sonic.
yeah, I was going to say, she sent you one of the T-shirts. Did you have to pay $50?
Dude,
No.
don't.
Dude, don't pay.
He's so proud of himself.
Yep.
This woman wanted $50 for this T-shirt. And he brought her on like this was this really sad story. She got her intellectual property stolen from her by Fox or Disney. And he's like, I'm not going to give her $50 though. Fuck that. So then a super chatter calls him out later in the show. And it's one of those huminas where John doesn't know how to answer this.
Jake and Bryan asked, thanks for the $2. I'm sure you paid that struggling artist $50 for his shirt. Hey, listen, that struggling artist, I'm a struggling artist. So from one struggling artist to the other, I am helping her by wearing this and telling everyone to go to her website, Ivy Supersonic, and get a Scrat T-shirt.
What's the website? She does have a website. It's not Ivy Supersonic. There is an actual URL for her website. And John's pretending that he's doing her a good deed. Also, I love the fact I'm a struggling artist. Remember right before the hurricane, he was wealthy.
Yeah.
He was explaining how wealthy he was. So did he lose all the money in the hurricane? What do you mean he's a struggling artist?
Well, he oscillates between big guy, little guy all the time.
He sure does.
Just to fit his narrative.
Yep. So in this scenario, yeah, go ahead, Brian.
I was going to ask, is John going to allow himself to go gracefully go gray? Is that what we're seeing here? Or he's just behind on his dye job?
He's behind the dye job because the supercuts were closed for a few days. With the hurricane coming through. Yeah.
All right.
Let's find out about John's adventures during the hurricane. And I hope he was able to watch the Yankees game. I hope he was able to get drunk somewhere.
I know.
Fingers crossed.
The only bar that was open around here that had sports was Hurricane Grill and Wings. So I went there to watch the Yankees, which started at 8:15. And unfortunately, it turned out that they were already kicking people out at 8 o'clock because they ran out of food. So then somebody told me I should try Buffalo Wild Wings. So I moseyed on over there. I walked on down the hole. Buffalo Wild Wings was closed. The The Duke was getting nervous.
Of course you're getting nervous. You're not drunk yet. It's 8 o'clock at night. You're not watching the Yankees. Like, oh, this is not good for me.
What kind of asshole just drives to places these days? Just fucking find out if they're open or not.
Call them.
It's so easy.
Also, the way he tells stories, it's so unnecessary, these details.
Yeah, and the pauses in between.
So then I go there, and then somebody says to try here, so then I go there, and then that place doesn't open. So then
mosey on down the hall.
I know, then he's got to go into his stupid Doors references or whatever the fuck else. So then he goes to this barbecue joint. Now, this barbecue joint that he's going to talk about here, I've been to. I'll never go back. I found out they've been closed down multiple times because they don't pass inspections. And all the locals who live in Cape Coral are like, yeah, don't go there. I've talked to many locals who are like, oh yeah, I would never ever go there.
So there is a ghetto in Cape Coral.
Yeah, there's a place you don't want to go to. Listen to this fucking story.
Ended up befriending the bartenders, taking pictures with some of the patrons. Of course, you know, they all recognize my voice because I am the world famous Stuttering John.
They recognize you yelling, I'm the world famous Stuttering John. Yeah. We know that this is what he does. We've heard from people, firsthand accounts, where when he's talking to a stranger, he immediately starts telling them that he's Stuttering John from the Howard Stern Show. The patrons are recognizing his voice, getting selfies with him. What an amazing world he lives in.
And before you knew it, the bartenders were like, well, we're closing at 9, but there's still people in here and they're eating. So I strategically waited to order my dinner at about 8:55. So I got half rack of baby back ribs with side of mashed potatoes and beans. So they had, pretty much.
Why is he talking like that?
I don't know why he's talking like that. What an absolute asshole.
I know.
The restaurant closes at 9. He orders food at 8:55.
Yeah, it's infuriating for everybody involved.
Yeah. I don't know how clean that place is. I've heard it's not that clean. But now also the entire kitchen staff hates you.
Oh, yeah.
So this food's not going to come out well for you at all. That's such a dick move to force people to stay later. We close at 9. Yeah, all right. But the Yankees game's still on. Yeah, you're right. It is still on, John. Good point. You're the celebrity. So listen to this. This is going to enrage you because now everyone knows that you've worked as a bartender in bars. Listen to this.
They said, John, just stay and watch the game. We got to clean, and I got to close my tab up. It's going to take a while. Gave him, of course, a Duke tip, which is way beyond 20%.
Okay. So the bartender's like, all right, you can just sit here. We got to clean up anyway. And he gave a Duke tip, which is way beyond 20%. My guess is that it's out beyond 25%, or else you would have used 25, or beyond 30, or maybe you used 30. My guess is that way beyond 20% is pretty close to 20% in this scenario. Otherwise, you would word it that way.
And he was very, very ecstatic about my generosity. They let me stay there for the whole game.
So this fucking asshole, he just said the game started at 8:15. Baseball games go on for 2.5 to 3 hours. And he's sitting there, they're supposed to close at 9, and he sat there while they were closing down the restaurant the entire time. Could you imagine?
I'm imagining now, and I'm getting pissed.
Chris has told me stories about people who come in late off the street. Hey, you guys still open? And just want to hang out all night. And everyone in the restaurant wants to murder them.
Yeah.
You are ruining whatever they're trying to accomplish to get out of there and move on with their lives by hanging out there. But that's John. It's all about him. He's so fucking selfish. He has to sit there and give a tip over 20%.
He should.
Yes.
Like, well, why is he?
I know.
Patting himself on the back.
That's a no-brainer right there. Over 20%. No shit.
Yeah, I was listening to Chad yesterday talk about how funny he is, and of course, he doesn't do anything funny on his show.
No, purposely.
You shouldn't have to try and convince people with your words, other than telling jokes that you're funny. And if you're generous, in the words of Carl, just do it.
Just do it.
Wow.
Are you the one that sent me the Nike swoosh
isn't that good?
with the limp wrist at the end? I'm zooming in on John because I just want to point out either he's eating shit sandwiches or he didn't shave real well. There's all these dark patches around his lips for whatever reason.
Yeah, it's It is leftover hair, but that's where the shit builds up in the sandwiches.
Okay. So the reason why I'm pointing that out is because he's going to talk about how he's got a date tonight, and that's why he's all cleanly shaven.
No, I know. And you know, I thought I bought new razors, but I guess I didn't, so I had to use the old one. But you know, here's a little tip for all you people out there. If you have an old toothbrush, use the toothbrush to clean the 3 blades. You know, I think I had 3 or 5 blades. And you take the toothbrush and you just clean out the blades, and then it's as good as new.
Yeah. I just buy disposable ones, use them a couple times, throw them away.
Yeah, but the
Life hacks.
magnetist.
Now, the reason why old razors are unusable is because they get dull, like John.
Yeah, and they rip the shit out of
They
it.
get dull like John. And John goes, I can fix that with a toothbrush. No, you can't.
Millionaire.
No, you can't. That's not how that works at all, you retard. That's why your face looks terrible.
And who's being that pragmatic if you're wealthy and have millions of dollars?
Well, I like that he said, I thought I bought a new razor, but I didn't.
I bought a used one.
What do you mean you thought you bought a razor? So he can't live by himself. He can't take care of himself.
No.
It's crazy. All right, so now he's talking about playing the Kate Meanie phone calls. If you haven't watched Uncle Rico this week, check it out. They're all animated. It's very fun, the way they put that together. Discount Don doing the animation on it, doing a great job. So John is once again upset that this is happening, and he's going to take action.
Nothing is safe.
And the city of
Terrible.
Kentuckiana Viking kept saying new tapes. They were same old fucking tapes. And they just put animation to it. And you know what? They're illegally recorded. You know, they're starting to force me to sue. I was debating.
I mean, this is the funniest thing John has ever said. He's not trying to be funny at all. But he's like, you know what? I might actually sue this time. Are you kidding me, John?
They're starting to force me to sue. I was debating about it. And I was going to just, since Kate Meanie disappeared, which is...
He does the sucker and succotash thing with me. What's going on with the amount of saliva in his mouth right here?
I was going to just, since Kate Meanie disappeared...
Are you drowning?
Which is good for Kate Meanie. I was going to say, well, at least she's gone now, and she can get healthy, get mentally stable. And I was debating, maybe I won't sue. But now that these guys are so blatantly, saying,
Throwing in
"Hey,
your face."
us, John, I just might now.
Oh, yeah? You think so? Brian, what do you think the odds are that John's going to sue for these Kate Meanie tapes?
I mean, if history dictates, I'm going to say it hovers somewhere around 0%.
Yeah, I would think so, too. He was claiming he was going to sue me and Shuley and the Comedy Club and Vinnie Paulino and Kate.
Yeah, you've
Kate's
seen
mom.
more movement in months.
Right, yeah, nothing has happened. Remember when playing that at the Comedy Club was the biggest mistake we'd ever made, and that was going to be the end of all of us for doing that?
Yeah, we were all going to be in jail together.
Right. I know. What happened to that? Now he's going, I've been debating whether or not to sue. Well, this has changed a lot, John. You were guaranteeing that we were going to be behind bars and lose all of our wealth and earnings for this. Even though I just want to say I had nothing to do with the tapes being played at DabbleCon 2. Brian's my witness. I wasn't on the stage. I didn't do it. Sue Shuley. All right. So this is John, once again, having these revenge fantasies. A very childish fantasy that people with his personality disorder have a lot because they see themselves being victorious and being the winner at some point.
And guess what? I'm going to call my now new buddy, Vince the lawyer. Ask him if he wants to take the case for me.
Yeah, why not, eh? Another Dabbleverse court case. Not that yours went to court.
So Vince, man, come on. We'll do a contingency deal. Well, we can get some fucking bucks, buddy. Let's sue these bucks.
No win, no fee.
Yeah, but Kate's got money. These guys got, I wouldn't mind taking the shitway's house and fucking, and giving it to the homeless.
Now, I am not an attorney. I don't even pretend to be an attorney. But if you were going to sue someone for damages, let's say, would it be a good idea to not make it obvious that it's all about revenge on your show before the lawsuit takes place? Like, I'm going to get his house, and Kate Meanie's got money, and I'm going to take her money, and I'm going to give the house to homeless people. You're like, So wait, what were the damages again that you suffered, John? A house worth?
That's fantasy, John, though.
That is fantasy, John. I love, as soon as he said he was going to take Shuli's house, he's like, yeah, but I don't like his house, so I'm going to let homeless people live there. How does that even work?
The Shuli network was broke and Shuli worked at Applebee's or whatever. Like, they can't make up their minds.
Well, that's a funny thing. John declaring that Bob Levy's he's got a mold. Bob Levy's going to leave the Shuli network. It's all crumbling. It's a house of cards. That was a year ago. They're still doing their thing. Everyone's still there doing the show. At what point do you go, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I should stop making these bold predictions that show I don't know anything.
Point.
Well, right. I mean, it never will.
Well, he was going to sue Anthony Cumia.
Yes.
And then decided not to because it wasn't worth it. There wasn't enough money.
I know, right? He goes, yeah, he doesn't have enough money. Anthony doesn't?
Yeah.
Trust me, if I had a reason to sue Anthony.
Kate Meanie has more money than Anthony?
Kate Meanie's mom might.
Oh,
Kate Meanie does.
Yeah, but
she's an adult, so I don't know how you sue her mom.
I don't
think that's how that works at all. He's so stupid. And I got to say, Clay on here, and he's been a little bit more bold lately. He's actually trying to speak the truth to John about Kate Meanie. Careful, Clay. John does not like the truth on his show.
Like she obviously, like, when I look at it more and more, she was just trolling the whole time for a laugh.
Well, but here's the weird thing. Like, she loved Kevin's show and she loved my show, and she fucked both of us over, which is weird. Like why fuck over the people that actually are defending you?
I bet she has a good old laugh with her mates about it. Look what I'm doing to these old dudes.
Yeah, but
John does not want to hear that.
Nope.
I love that John goes, yeah, but Kate liked my show and she liked MLC. Why would she do this to us? She didn't. That's why. No, she really did like me. She didn't. She's recording your call. She was goofing on you. She was planning this all along. She doesn't like your show. No one does. And I love that Clay
how can
goes,
you still be confused at this point.
that's what's incredible about this. He's still in denial. He's like, no. She really liked me. She didn't. I love that Clay goes, yeah, she's probably having a laugh with her friends about how she duped you old men. And John's like, yeah. Let's never talk about that again.
Has anybody ever told you how funny you were?
I mean, Jen, you fucking fell for a trap. They put the case of Coors Light underneath the box with the stick on it, and you climbed right into that thing and got caught in it, you idiots.
Yeah, and instead of saying, yeah, fuck that bitch, he's like, no, she really liked me.
Yeah, she really fucked herself over because she loved my show.
Yeah, I'm sure she's living with regret right now.
Okay, so on the tapes, one of the big things that came out was that John was claiming he would go to Pickwick Pub when he was in L.A., Canoga Park, and he would buy a gram of cocaine, and then he would, not a gram, like an eighth or something, and then he would mail that to himself in Florida, Cape Coral. And this was something that he said in a private conversation that he didn't want to get out to people. And so this is how he's responding to it now.
Hey, you were wrong, dickhead. Kentuckiana Viking, thanks for the $5. You called your future wife and admitted to mailing cocaine. That's federal offense. Guess what? Just because I said it doesn't make it true. Hey, Clay, I just mailed myself some cocaine. It should be here any day. Oh, is that true?
I just mailed John 10 pounds of heroin.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
it's coming in the mail,
true?
John.
Is it true because you said it? I don't know.
Hearsay.
So stupid.
Okay. So you were lying to Kate about mailing yourself cocaine. So you're trying to impress her? Like, what was the reason then, if you were lying about it? Is it because you wanted to incentivize her to visit you in Florida because you were hoping to fuck her? Sounds to me like that would be, yeah, I got a lot of coke in my Florida house. If you ever want to come down and visit me.
She likes the booger sugar.
She does. What do you think about that, Kate? And so now he's acting like it's crazy someone would think that was a real thing that he was saying in a private conversation to someone. Like, oh, we just thought that you weren't lying. Well, I obviously was.
It's a wild assumption.
Okay, yeah, right?
For once, we thought you were telling the truth.
Yes. So then John plays a video clip of a Trump supporter, and this Trump supporter is so stupid. She thinks that the hurricane was modified by the government to take out people who are obviously Trump supporters and potential voters before the election. And so John's playing that and he's laughing. It's like, look at this idiot. It's just like all you people in the pores chat right now. You're all so stupid. You don't know what's going on. And again, props to Clay for pointing out that something that John is goofing on is a real thing.
But John, cloud seeding is a thing. They make it rain in really hot countries like Saudi Arabia and shit by seeding the clouds. It's actually a real thing.
So he's making fun of cloud seeding, which is a technology where you can potentially get more rain out of rain clouds or during a storm or something like that.
Oh, no, it's not a conspiracy. It happens.
All right.
It's known. It's known. It's not like it's not a secret.
Okay.
Like,
Look at John's.
But you can do.
John's acting like he's way smarter than Clay. He's just like, oh, okay. Oh, you fall for that shit too? He's going to do the elephant thing to him.
But you can do that. Google it. No, I'm being serious. It's not a conspiracy to make it rain because there's no rain over there.
John's smug look as Clay's explaining this to him was like, okay. Oh, yeah, I'll Google it. Okay.
They do it.
Then
It's like a scientific thing.
Then he finds the Wikipedia page explaining how it works. How many decades they've been doing it for. Look at his face.
Like
All right.
They make it rain. It's a thing because it's fucking it doesn't rain over there, so they have to do it.
Yeah, we heard you.
Okay, but I doubt they could.
Oh no!
Turn a category 2 hurricane into a category 5.
Yeah, but Clay, I'm still right about something, right? Sure, John. If you say so. So I like what Clay's doing. He's actually keeping John in check. He's not Rob Sal. Just go, wait, what does Rob Sal sound like?
It's so annoying.
That's the one.
It's actually pretty close to John.
All right. So now John is justifying why he's allowed to go after Gina Levy, why he's allowed to go after a lot of the women in the Dabbleverse that he goes after. And again, Clay's disagreeing here.
I'd say she more like maybe laughs at Bob's joke and agrees, but maybe made the odd comment about Rob. But whenever I've watched it,
Nope. She has trashed Rob. She has trashed me. I've heard it with my own ears. I watched it with my own eyes. So for them to say, "Oh, she's a wife. She's not in the Dabbleverse."
Yeah, but how long ago was that, and how long has it been?
Clay, she does it all.
Squashed.
Clay. Okay.
What, you watch Bob Levy's show all the time?
Clay, Jesus, can you stop for a second?
Yeah.
Clay.
No, play the fucking clip, John. It's the same thing that Chad was doing. Producer Chris says this, he says that, so I'm allowed to do this. Like, play the clip. What do you mean? Are you sure about that? He's going, nope. Gina Levy does this, does that. And Clay's a fan of Bob Levy, so he's like, no, I watched the show. I don't know what you're talking about.
Gina has trashed me. Gina has trashed Rob on the show. Now, another thing. Lady K's wife, Jenny Jingles. She is also broadcasting with Lady K.
And hilarious. I agree, John. Good point.
And she is therefore in the Dabbleverse.
I would say Jenny Jingles is more open to. I'm just rebuttaling that Jenny Jingles is more open to it than. Nothing against Jenny Jingles, but like you said, she does do Cole's show and shit. You go.
John hates this.
Yeah. I know.
Why are you challenging me, ClayDabbler? Just nod your head yes and agree with everything I say. Why would you challenge me? And Clay used to not do this, and now he is, which I like.
Yes, thank you, Clay.
And so John goes on this amazing rant, as he's ought to do. And Clay doesn't do a good job playing along. And I just call this chemistry.
And now you do this false selective outrage as if somehow it was me and try and be all tough guy. Well, okay, shitware. You want to go tough guy? Let's go tough guy. Mano y mano. Me and you in the ring in Alabama. I'll pay you $500, tough guy. Come on, dickhead. Now you can.
I wish I don't know what I was going to say.
Yeah, but don't ever stop a Melendez build-up like that, Clay. You have to get your timing right.
Yeah, Clay. That was the classic Melendez buildup. Got to get out of the way of that sort of thing. It's gold, baby. Pure gold.
How many years can you call for a boxing match that goes unanswered?
They've answered multiple times. I'm pretty sure this has been accepted.
Oh, has it?
Oh, I know for a fact that when he challenged Frog to a boxing match, Frog emailed him and said, here are the terms. Here's the money I'll pay you. We'll figure out how to get you here. Let me know when you're going to be in Florida again. And John blocked him. So the fact that John acts like he's like, why won't somebody fight me? First off, nobody here is a fighter, not even you, John, obviously. This wouldn't be sanctioned anywhere. That's the thing that they point out on TSN, where John will be like, we'll get a boxing mat or boxing ring and no headgear. And Bobby was just like, why do we need a boxing ring? Do you want to come and fight us? Let's just do that.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing? You're trying to make this like a sanctioned event that's legal. It's not.
Safety matters.
It's not. Yeah, he doesn't seem to care about that. I'm not going to play the clips. I think they're going to cover this on the Uncle Rico show today. I talked to Shuley about it. I can't be there, unfortunately. I'm going to the Sabres game tonight. But John was driving by my house on Wednesday and filming that for some reason. That was very odd. And he kept calling it like a shithole. What was the word he was using to describe my house?
He kept saying it was in the ghetto.
He said it was in the ghetto. And he said it was a shithole. He's so stupid. I don't understand what he's even going for.
Yeah, I know.
But just
Be careful not to dox you, though. I watched his little clip.
Yes.
He didn't show the number.
Right. Except for one of Vince the Lawyer's sock accounts is in there writing my address all over the place in the super chats. But other than that, yes, he was very, very careful not to dox my address. But it's just crazy to me that he keeps calling my house a shithole, which is fine, except for the fact that his house was built the same year as mine, is smaller, doesn't have a pool, isn't on a canal, and I clean my house.
Yes.
We actually keep our house clean. So it's ridiculous. Like, what does that make anything that you're doing, John? It doesn't make any sense at all. So one more clip on here. John going after Cardiff pretty hard.
So fuck off, fuck you, fuck the potato too. And that potato is now saying I'm a piece of human garbage. No, potato, you're the guy who hides behind a potato filter, wears a potato mask, and trashes anybody he wants because you could hide by your own behind your own fake identity. You're a coward, and the next time you guys hold one of these events, I am going because I got a few words to talk to you, motherfucker.
Right.
October 25th at the Magic Bag in Ferndale, Michigan. So if you want to come and fight Cardiff, or have some words with Cardiff, he will be there. We'll all be there, John. Stop by.
Another example of a classic Melendez buildup.
Yes. Pretty good stuff right there. I love that thing where it's like, if Cardiff doesn't show what his face looks like, it means he's a coward. What's the difference? For a long time, I did a podcast. I didn't do a YouTube presence. And then we started doing YouTube. All of a sudden, people are just like, Carl's changed what he talks about now because now we can see his face. No, nothing's changed. It's the difference. Who
Not
cares?
a damn thing.
I don't understand what that angle is. That's a Chad Zumach thing. Speaking of Chad Zumach, he has said that he might come to the Magic Bag.
Oh.
No room on the guest list, Chad. It is sold out.
But
So we'll see you outside, I guess, or something.
go in the Discord to the WATP
Yes.
meetup.
See if you can get someone to give you tickets or sell your tickets to them.
You did see Cardiff calling out John. That's what he's referring to. You saw that video?
No, remind me.
It's in Dabblers Anonymous.
Okay.
It's
Cardiff calls out John all the time, but
this seemed a little more passionate and
oh, okay.
yeah, so it's worth a view. It's about
All right.
5 minutes long.
Nice.
Who are these podcasts? WA